Hello, Molweni Sambonani, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural episode of On the Couch with Grocos Male Sports. I am, of course, your host, Yolulwe Qoshe. I am the man responsible for bringing your favorite Rhodes University stars from the pitch onto the lights and cameras of our couch. This particular episode is supposed to be broken down to 3 segments, which means I'll be interviewing 3 different captains from 3 different teams at Rhodes University. Now, this episode was supposed to be a preview to the InterVarsity spectacle that was supposed to take place this weekend, but unfortunately this morning we received news that Rhodes University had pulled out. But you know how it is at Grocos Mill Sport, we have to keep the ball rolling. On our couch is ladies first. I have with me Aviwe, Vix, Ntshangase. Is it okay if I call you Vix?
Maybe Vicky.
So Vicky it is, we'll go for Vicky then. Vicky, thank you very much for joining us, and first and foremost, welcome to On the Couch with Grocos Mill Sport, our very first episode.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
And also, it is our inaugural episode, as I've just said, so that makes you our very first guest ever. How does that make you feel?
Quite honored.
I hope so. So we will get into the nitty-gritties of the team aspect of netball, right? But before then, I want to know more about you. Tell me more about Vicky and where's she from and how did she get into netball?
Okay, well, basically, let me start with the name Vicky. I used to call myself that when I wanted people to pass me the balls. So then it ended up like them wanting to call me that, and then that was that. Basically, my love for netball started in high school, like when I made the first team there. And then after that, I just never stopped, I guess. I just continued playing until now.
And how long have you been involved with the Rhodes netball side?
Rhodes since first year, so this is my 4th year. Yeah, this is my 4th year.
And when did you make the transition from player to captain?
In my 2nd year?
Wow.
Yeah.
And also, I've heard quite a bit about your coach, Sanel. You know, I've never met her, unfortunately, but I've heard that she's a bit of a stern character, but a character nonetheless.
Yeah.
You're probably in a better position to give us a more accurate reflection of her character. How was she with the ladies?
Well, I mean, I've personally known Sanal since high school. So from high school to university, it's a bit of a shock because you're still transitioning from being babied to now you're like a grown woman type of thing, if I may say that. And she's a bit strong. She's strictly identical. So she's a bit stern, as you said. And yeah, as a coach, she's quite good. And I mean, you're not there to actually be best friends with the coach and like the coach. Gotta keep it a bit professional, you know what I mean? But as a person, when you get to know someone, as when you get to know anyone, you become comfortable and you become to accept the person for who they are, I guess.
Nice. And I also saw 2 of your results from the USA Games, which were 2 resounding victories against, I think, IIE, as well as the University of Monash, the International University of Monash, based in Johannesburg. Getting such big victories at a big tournament, what does it do for the team spirit?
Well, those were our first games on the first day, actually, and to win with such an advantage is actually quite good for the team morale and the team spirit, especially now because we have like a lot of first year. I think I'm the only 4th year and maybe 2 or 3 third years. Otherwise, it's a brand new team. So for them to experience a win, and it just brings character to the team and just makes the flow of the USA better in terms because when you lose that first match, it's a bit hard for the team. But yeah, and Monash gave us a hard time. I think it was in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So to come back and actually win against them convincingly, that was a big one for me personally as well. Yeah.
And you mentioned that you're the only 4th year, and you're the captain. So how big a burden is that, or how big a burden did you think it was coming into the season with a whole lot of new, fresh faces around you? How big a task was that on your shoulders just to try to integrate the whole group into one well-oiled machine?
Well, it's always difficult. Like my first year captaining was fine and stuff because everyone knew that it was my first time. But now with the more experience, everyone's expecting you to be this mighty something that. So it's a bit difficult. But especially now because the people that we have, the players that we have, are quite strong. And yeah, it was challenging this year, especially from last year, because last year we came 8th in the competition, and now for me, I really wanted to do well personally in this competition, being it my last one, as also bringing the team to that vision was not difficult, because they're quite competitive in their nature as they come from first teams in high school, so that was fine. But just the personalities are always difficult to work with, because you're working with like different personalities. But nonetheless, people know me. I'm a chilled person, so they kind of like sort of are chilled about my approach to things, but we get things done.
Splendid answer. And also, I've sort of seen on TV, Varsity Netball, which has made me, curious how does a team qualify to be on TV with the big universities and with the glitz and the glam, what is the qualification process like? What is it required from a team to step into, such a big platform?
Well, basically, first and foremost, you have to train from like January to December, and Rhodes Sport doesn't really do that, so it's a bit difficult. And also, you have to play in a league, right? So to build the skill sets, to build like the characters of the team, to actually know each other as a team, and you have to be in the like Premier League / A League, and then you get to qualify. So I think it's top 8 or 10, if I'm not mistaken, then you qualify.
So does that mean you guys missed out?
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately.
Those are the big dogs, yo. Because we're still in the C section, so you need to be, and then A, and then like Super League and Premier League.
Wow.
So there's still quite a long time to go. But if this team, looking at how they are right now in these skill sets, if they keep on keeping on, then they could make at least a section in 4 years' time.
And going into, the unfortunate news of the InterVarsity, from the Rhodes side, Rhodes pulling out of that tournament, how were the preparations? I understand you played a friendly game against the basketball ladies. How did that go?
I wasn't here, unfortunately. I was in Cape Town. But apparently everyone enjoyed it. We always said we beat basketball. I don't know if they actually beat them playing their own sport, but yeah, they probably did.
And since the news broke, have you had a chance to speak to teammates to sort of gauge the feeling of working hard towards something and then finding out last minute that you won't be partaking in the tournament?
A lot of people are, like, as I said before, they're first years, so they want to partake in, like, InterVarsity and USAs. They want everything to do with netball, and it's quite sad when you've been practicing for this thing and this is good for your development as a player, then suddenly, like, it's over. So they didn't take it too well, but because of it's their safety at the end of the day, so it's like, it's a bit tricky in terms of that. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a good opportunity for us to play Forte and Wusu and in MMU. It's always like fun, but yeah, it's disappointing, I guess.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate news that
Yeah.
we got this morning. But also, how would you sell the sport of netball to the university? I mean, a lot of people might be saying, "Nah, we wanna go watch netball, but we don't know where they play." Or how would you sell the sport to someone who might be interested in coming to support you ladies?
Well, we play between the gym and the tennis courts, and it's got a lot of rules. So selling it will be, you have to enjoy playing any sport in university. You have to enjoy it, because there's too much to do, especially when you're both serious about sport and academics. It's too much to do, so you have to want to play it, and you have to want to like have that break and actually go do something productive. So that's the first. If you wanna go to a space where you actually feel relaxed and you're just doing what you like and you're just with people that are here for you as well, because we build on a sisterhood in netball. Like, everyone's there for each other. Like, you can never like be in trouble when we're there. So that's what actually made me stay for 4 years. I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not sold after that, then I don't know. I'm sold. I'm watching the next game. And that goes to my next question. Vicky, what is next for the netball club?
well, the netball club, as I've said, in general, a lot of people are joining netball, so I'm seeing growth within the sign-up stage. But yeah, so the one thing that we're having problems with in netball is people keeping it together with netball, you know, people's participation.
And are there any fixtures that people can look forward to from here onwards till the end of the year?
At the moment, we're not really sure but we've entered into a competition, so a weekly competition in PE, but we haven't gotten the details of that quite yet. But there are things, but we don't play a lot of home games because, we don't play a lot of home games. It's unfortunate because a lot of people don't have transport to come here, so we do a lot of traveling.
All right. Yeah. Before I let you go, we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's called the Quick Fire Q&A.
All right.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You're going to answer back as soon as you can. Don't think about it too much. Straight off the top. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Let's go. Favorite holiday destination?
Thailand.
Natural hair or weave?
Natural.
Favorite series right now?
Billions.
Home cooked meal or fast food?
Cooked meal.
And what are your 3 must-have attributes in a potential partner?
Trust. Don't think about it, but this is like a thin question, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a bit of leeway. I want to give it leeway on this one, guys. I would think as well.
Okay, so trust,
Yeah.
confidence, and there must be a dreamer, man. They must move to prove.
All right. I hear you. I hope you're here as well. And, you might be working on those characteristics if you think you've got a chance, you know what I'm saying? I tried for you guys, you know. But anyway, Vicky, thank you very much for joining us and availing yourself. I really enjoyed our chat, and I wish you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the captain of the Rhodes University Netball team, Aviwe Vix Ntshangase, or Vicky as she prefers to be called, I've just found out. So yeah, that's the end of our first segment. Don't forget to tune into our second part, and we'll be talking to the captain of the Rhodes football team, Tisetso German Maefo.